Hello everyone. Today we are going to read our chapter 11, The March Family. Section 1. In the cold grey dawn, the sisters lit their lamp and read their chapter with an earnestness never felt before. For now the shadow of a real trouble had come. The little books were full of help and comfort, and as they dressed, they agreed to say goodbye cheerfully and hopefully and send their mother on her anxious journey unsaddened by tears or complaints from them. Everything seemed very strange when they went down, so dim and still outside, so full of light and bustle within. Breakfast at the early hour seemed odd, and even Hannah's familiar face looked unnatural as she flew about her kitchen with her nightcap on. The big trunk stood ready in the hall. Mother's cloak and bonnet lay on the sofa, and Mother herself sat trying to eat but looking so pale and worn with sleeplessness and anxiety that the girls found it very hard to keep their resolution. Meg's eyes kept filling in spite of herself. Jo was obliged to hide her face in the kitchen roller more than once, and the little girls wore a grave, troubled expression as if sorrow was a new experience to them. Meg, dear, be prudent. Watch over your sisters, consult Hannah, and in any perplexity, go to Mr. Lawrence. Be patient, Jo. Don't get despondent or do rash things. Write to me often and be my brave girl, ready to help and cheer all. Beth, comfort yourself with your music and be faithful to the little home duties. And you, Amy, help all you can, be obedient and keep and safe at home. And keep happy and safe at home. We will, mother, we will. They kissed their mother quietly, clung about her tenderly, and tried to wave their hands cheerfully when she drove away. I feel as if there had been an earthquake, said Jo. It seems as if half the house was gone, added Meg forlornly. Beth opened her lips to say something, but could only point to the pile of nicely mended hose which lay on Mother's table, showing that even in her last hurried moments she had thought and worked for them. It was a little thing, but it went straight to their hearts, and in spite of their brave resolutions, they all broke down and cried bitterly. Now, my dear young ladies, said Hannah, remember what your ma said and don't fret. Come and have a cup of coffee all round, and then let's fall to work and be a credit to the family. Section 2. My dearest mother, it is impossible to tell you how happy your last letter made us, for the news was so good we couldn't help laughing and crying over it. How very kind Mr. Brooke is, And how fortunate that Mr. Lawrence's business detains him near you so long, since he is so useful to you and father. The girls are all as good as gold. Joe helps me with the sewing and insists on doing all sorts of hard jobs. I should be afraid she might overdo if I didn't know her moral fit wouldn't last long. Beth is as regular about her task as a clock and never forgets what you told her. She grieves about father and looks sober except when she is at her little piano. Amy minds me nicely and I take great care of her. She does her own hair and I am teaching her to make buttonholes and mend her stockings. She tries very hard and I know you will be pleased with her improvement when you come. Laurie is very kind and neighborly. He and Joe keep us merry, for we get pretty blue sometimes with you so far away. Hannah is a perfect saint. He does not scold at all and always calls me Miss Margaret, which is quite proper, and treats me with respect. We are all well and busy, but we long day and night to have you back. Give my dearest love to father and believe me ever your own. Meg. This note, prettily written as scented paper, was a great contrast to the next, which was scribbled on a big sheet of paper ornamented with blots and all manner of flourishes and curly tailed letters. Section 3. My precious mommy. 3 cheers for dear father. Brooke was a trump to telegraph right off and let us know the minute he was better. I rushed up when the letter came and tried to thank God for being so good to us, but I could only cry and say, I'm glad, I'm glad. Didn't that do as well as a regular prayer? For I felt a great many in my heart. We have such funny times, and now I can enjoy them, for everyone is so desperately good. It's like living in a nest of turtle doves. You would laugh to see Meg at the table and try to be motherish. She gets prettier every day. The children are regular archangels, and I am Joe, and never shall be anything else. Oh, I must tell you that I came near having a quarrel with Laurie. I freed my mind about a silly little thing, and he was offended. I was right, but didn't speak as I ought, and he marched home saying he wouldn't come again till I begged pardon. I declared I wouldn't and got mad. It lasted all day. I felt bad and wanted you very much. Laurie and I are both so proud, it's hard to beg pardon. But I thought he would come to it, for I was in the right. He didn't come, and just at night I remembered what you said when Amy fell into the river. I read my little book, felt better, resolved not to let the sun set on my anger, and ran over to tell Laurie I was sorry. I met him at the gate, coming for the same thing. We both laughed, begged each other's pardon, and felt all good and comfortable again. I made a poem yesterday when I was helping Hannah wash, and as father likes my silly little things, I put it in to amuse him. Give him my lovingest hug that ever was, and kiss yourself a dozen times for your topsy turvy Joe. A song from the Surds, queen of my tub, I merrily sing, while the white foam rises high, and sturdily wash and rinse and wring, and fasten the cloths to dry. Then out in the free fresh air they swing under the sunny sky. Dear mother, there is only room for me to send my love and some pressed pansies from the root I have been keeping safe in the house for father to see. I read every morning, try to be good all day, and sing myself to sleep with father's tune. I can't sing Land of the Leal now, it makes me cry. Everyone is very kind, and we are as happy as we can be without you. Annie wants to rest off the page. I must stop. I didn't forget to cover the holders, and I wind the clock and air the rooms every day. Kiss dear father on the cheek he calls mine. Oh, do come soon to your loving little Beth. Ma chère Mama, we are all well. I do my lessons always and never corroborate the girls. Meg says I mean contradict, so I put in both words and you can take the properest. Meg is a great comfort to me and lets me have jelly every night at tea. It's so good for me, Joe says, because it keeps me sweet tempered. Laurie is not as respectful as he ought to be. Now I'm almost in my teens. He calls me chick and hurts my feelings by talking French to me very fast when I say merci or bonjour. The sleeves of my blue dress were all worn out, and Meg put in new ones, but the full front came wrong, and they are more blue than the dress. I felt bad but did not fret. I bear my troubles well, but I do wish Hannah would put more starch in my aprons and have buckwheat every day. Can't she? Meg says my punctuation and spelling are disgraceful and I am mortified. But dear me, I have so many things to do, I can't stop. Adieu. I send heaps of love to Papa, your affectionate daughter, Amy Curtis March. So this was the reading of our lesson, The March Family. If you have any doubt or query, you can ask me in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to check the links of the other chapters in the description box below. Thank you everyone.